It's time for some Blackberry Mead.
That's right, our next mead is Bramblewood Sap, Blackberry Mead aged on Mongolian oak. Join me for Brew Day as we begin to make this mead. Let's go!
Now we mix. Now this is mixed, we move it into the tank.
I don't need to use the pump here, I just can't be bothered to carry the buckets up to the top of the tank. Now we basically repeat that process a couple of times until all of our honey is mixed, but this time we're also going to add some pectic enzyme, which will help break down our blackberries and our yeast nutrient mix.
Our honey water mixture is now ready to go, so we now need to add our blackberries. Let's do it. Bag number 1. Bag number 2. Number 3. You guessed it, number 4. Number 5. And the last few which I didn't buy wholesale. It just looks like a tub of blackberries. Let's try and punch this down.
Now, with punching down in mead making, we don't mean what Ricky Gervais does to trans people, we mean incorporating the fruit properly into the mixture.
This is the best that I could manage.
Now on to yeast preparation. We're going to be using liquid yeast, which is actually how yeast naturally exists in the world. We only dry our yeast out to increase shelf life and to mean that we don't need to refrigerate our yeast. To wake our yeast culture up, we bring it up to room temperature and give it a good old shake.
Shake, 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 shake it.
After decanting our yeast into a jug, just to make it easier to add to our tank, it's ready to go.
It goes. One more mix and we're done.
Now this is where I made a mistake. I didn't let the blackberries come up to room temperature, which meant that the mixture was too cold to ferment. So in this next clip, you'll see there are holes there from an immersion heater. It really helped because as I punch this fruit cap down, you'll see that there is fizzing, which is signs of fermentation. But it's not the best way to check. After reincorporating all the blackberries to ensure that none is touching the air for too long to grow mold, we are going to check the sugar content of the mixture. If the sugar content's gone down, then we know that fermentation's happening. And we can use multiple of these readings to calculate the alcoholic content of the mead. Now, our first reading will have been an estimation because some of the sugars will have still been in the fruit. But with our readings, we can work out it's got around 1.2% alcohol currently. Then we're going to take a little sample and try it. We'll be able to check for any signs of a stressed yeast and see how the flavors develop over time. I'll be doing this every day until the mead has finished fermenting. Be sure to follow to see how this mead turns out.